refer to required government payments to insurance companies to help lower costs for lower-income holders. The Trump administration is paying those subsidies on a month-to-month basis, and White House Counselor Kellyanne Conway told Fox News the president would make a decision about those payments this week.
That's White House correspondent Greg Clugston reporting. On Wall Street right now, everything looking strong. The Dow reached yet another record high in early trading as it shot upward quickly. Right now it is up by 67.5 points. The high-tech NASDAQ is off by about 60. S&P 500 is even. More from townhall.com.
What would you do with an extra $500 a month in your budget? $500. This isn't hypothetical, by the way. This is something you may need to think about very soon if you decide to become a member of MediShare. MediShare is a way to pay for your health care, and typically it costs $500 less per month for a family versus other health care plans. So seriously, think about this. You could pay off loans, pay down a mortgage, save the money for retirement, donate to charity. That would be a big deal. But you know what? Here's the best thing. MediShare works. It has 250,000 members, and it's growing fast. With MediShare, not only do you save, you don't have to pay for things you don't believe in either, and that is a beautiful thing too. So here's how you can find out more, and you might actually wind up saving even more than $500 a month. So check into it. Here's the number. Call 855-90-BIBLE. That's 855-90-BIBLE, now available in Montana. Call 855-90-BIBLE.
First in financial news, this is Business 1110. Now you know which way the market is going. Let's find out how your traffic is flowing. This is Business 1110 traffic.
We have a couple of wrecks blocking lanes of freeways or toll roads. In this case, the North Sam westbound at Aldine Westfield. 2 left lanes are blocked, about a 10-minute backup from Vickery. That's the length of the delay running through the construction zone on the South Loop as well. 610 westbound between Crestmont and Alameda, a 10-minute delay. And we have a wreck on the West Sam southbound before Hammerley. It's in the center lane at Kempwood. 5-minute backup from Clay Road. On the Diesel, Houston traffic.
Fred Haas Toyota World is your pre-owned destination with a huge selection to choose.
Over 140 Toyota certifieds.
Buy certified 2014 Corolla LEs for $13,995.
Fred Haas Toyota World. I-45 north at Louetta, 2 miles north of 1960.
Excludes TTL.
Attention taxpayers. The stock market and economy continue to grow, yet countless Americans remain enslaved to the IRS. If you owe the IRS back taxes or have years of unfiled returns, you can legally resolve your tax problem through federally approved programs to give you a fresh start. Your circumstances may qualify you to have liens, levies, and wage garnishments stopped. If you can't afford to pay your back taxes, you may even qualify to have a large portion of your taxes forgiven. Community Tax has established a toll-free hotline for you to call and see if you qualify at 800-348-9815. Community Tax has helped over 40,000 people like you resolve hundreds of millions in tax debt. If you owe the IRS or have unfiled returns, you have a legal right to resolve your tax problem through federally active programs, potentially qualifying you to save hundreds or even thousands. Call the Community Tax hotline now to see if you qualify at 800-348-9815. 800-348-9815. That's 800-348-9815.
Are you living with pain? I was, after a nasty fall. I got relief with 1 Hour Pain Relief. I'm Barry Yarconi, president, and here's Lisa, a Marine who was injured in Iraq.
After surviving an explosion, I was on horrible painkillers for lingering head, shoulder, back, and knee pain. But I hated the dangers and side effects. My friend told me about 1 Hour Pain Relief, and now I'm off the drugs.
1 Hour Pain Relief is the result of 15 years of research on an amazing extract from hops, the plant used to flavor beer.
Whether your pain is from an injury or just aging, you get safe, all-day relief in less than 1 hour.
We're so sure you'll love 1 Hour Pain Relief, too, that we'll send you a 1-week trial for just a small shipping charge. Call 800-269-4200 right now. That's 800-269-4200. There's no gimmicks, no obligation, no automatic shipments. Stop living with pain. Call 800-269-4200 for your 1-week trial or visit onehourpainrelief.com. That's 800-269-4200.
The following program does not necessarily represent the views or opinions of the staff, management, or ownership of this station.
This is a pre-recorded program. It's time to get on the right path with Right Path Real Estate Radio with Tom Perry and Jason Bible. Get the answer to your question that's keeping you from taking action and succeeding today. Get ready. The guys that will put your fears behind you are on the air now. They're taking calls at 713-785-1817. Toll free 877-881-0271. Here's Tom and Jason.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Jason Bible and Tom Perry.
What up, what up?
I've really missed our Wednesday shows. I'm glad we got our schedules all sorted out.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, so Sarah and I were doing date night last night. We shipped the kids off to Grandma's house, and she was telling me she was listening to the show, the new format, the new Tuesday, Thursday format. She's like, I love it. Like, you just get all these different vendors that are coming in, bang, bang, bang. Yeah. She's like, it's awesome. She said, I can tell the vendors like it just by listening to the show.
It's like popcorn, but we can't call it popcorn.
Oh, gosh, yeah, popcorn. Yeah, we learned what popcorn was this last weekend, didn't we?
Yeah, right.
You mean popcorn's not Q&A? No, it's what you learn. It's popping, man. It's going in there. And I was like, Colby, we need a list of definitions.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
allegedly, that's how you learn a new topic, is you got to learn the vocabulary first.
Right.
Yeah, because we have a new mastermind student that's an expert in tutoring and education and all that. And he said, anything you want to learn, you got to learn the vocabulary first, right?
Well,
which makes sense.
You know, when I worked for Bob, that was the big joke. He would put me in different departments, and he'd say, hey, look, man, step one is learn the language. So just learn all the vocabulary. You're 90% of the way there being an expert in the field. And he says that kind of tongue-in-cheek because that's sort of true. But first step is, hey, at least know the language.
Yeah.
At least you know what everybody's talking about, right?
Right.
So
that's phase one.
That's what's phase 3?
Yeah, profit. Right.
Does that sound like I cannot wait. Those of y'all who have been listeners for a while know our wicked sense of humor. I cannot wait to start doing parody videos of the guys with the Lamborghinis and the Ferraris, and they're like, you know, going to the bank in their Lambo with a check from a deal they just did. I'm like, I can't remember the last time
we don't even have to parody those guys. We have to just parody the guys that are selling to, if you're broke, you got no job, no credit, yo, yo, yo. I mean, because there's a bunch of guys even in town that, you know, that attract that crowd, and they're not even pretending to drive, you know, Lamborghinis and things like that.
Yeah.
They're just saying that, oh, you can start a business with no money.
Yeah.
And the reality is you can, but 80% of those people fail in the first year, and then of those who survive, 80% fail in the second year. And then, I mean, the chances of making it 5 years. And, you know, we just saw, I mean, we're not going to name names on the radio show, but we just saw a post recently of a guy that, you know, he's starting his real estate education, and he talks about he's done, you know, 25 deals in 5 years. And he's done like $750,000 of gross profit, which means he's not making any money. But it sounds like, you know, if you don't really,
it sounds like a lot of money.
It sounds like a lot of money over 5 years, $750,000. But he's also, we've heard him say before that he did $1 million in revenue in a year, and it cost him $970,000 to generate that $1 million in revenue, which is, you know, not exactly success.
Making $30,000 on $1 million is a recipe for bankruptcy.
Absolutely.
It's just, this is such a weird industry. I don't understand why it tolerates folks like that. Because the people that end up in this business, you look at the weekend retreat this weekend, that's a whole room of really sharp people, right?
Absolutely.
And I just wonder, and it's so funny, we get halfway through the weekend retreat, even halfway through the first day, and people come out at about lunchtime, and they look at me with this deer in the headlights look, like, where have you guys been?
Yeah, right.
Like, y'all are so professional. You teach us in such a way that it's you do this, and you do this, and you do this, and this is the result, right?
Or you get, you know, the guy that was in our class this past weekend, he goes, you know, I joined another group, and he goes, you know, I've operated my entire business career for, you know, 40-something years with integrity.
Yes.
You know, every step of the way I chose integrity.
Mm-hmm.
And I was being asked to do things that I really felt were out of integrity.
Yeah.
And he said, so I never did execute their plan of action because I felt like it lacked a lot of integrity. And then, you know, what you're asking me to do, I totally, it's all up front, it's transparent, it's...
I'll tell you one, because this is one that was taught to me when I was involved in these different real estate education companies. Say, hey, just get the property under contract no matter what. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. And then, of course, the idea was you get it under contract no matter what, and then 2 days before closing, you call poor Ma and Pa home seller and say, sorry, I can't do that number. Here's the number. You know, Ma and Pa home seller already packed up their stuff. They're having a little celebration. This is how I envision it happening, right? Imagine this. You're mom and pop home seller. You're selling this house. You've already packed up your stuff for moving. Maybe you cracked open a little celebratory bottle of wine,
Right.
went out for dinner, whatever it is. Hey, we finally getting rid of this house. And here's this clown that agreed to buy your house. It calls you and says, oh, yeah, by the way, that number doesn't work for me. It's got to be $50,000 less.
Yeah.
What? And I just
to call that person a clown is to be very kind and generous.
You know, they've got a bleep button on here.
Right.
Nikki told me we have a 7-second delay, and I could fill up that whole 7 seconds with what I think of those guys. But I couldn't do that either. I'm like, how do you do that and sleep at night?
Yeah, right.
I just can't do that. And I remember when I first started out in that business, and people are telling me to do this, and I literally had thoughts of, maybe this business is not for me because it's too unethical. Because I don't operate that way. I can't imagine being mom and pa home seller.
Well, you know,
getting that phone call.
I heard the same thing when I started Fast Track. You know, is that the construction industry? Think about all the people that are in that are unethical.
Yeah.
And what I've come to realize is it's not that those people are unethical; they're just bad business people.
Right. That's a whole different deal, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what? Here's the issue: is that, you know, when you're strapped for finances, then you will be tested in terms of where your ethics are. Right. And so I would submit that the same thing happens with these newbies that enter the business. They're not truly unethical people. They're just really bad at business. They've never done a business before and all that. And so they're just trying to, you know, work their way out of it. Now, the trouble is that I don't think they fully understand the pain that they're creating for that end user. They care more about their own gain than their seller's pain, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, so we always try and create a win-win-win scenario. Not to say that we don't make, you know, really, really good deals on our buys, but we're totally transparent. This is the number we agreed to, provided that nothing changes in terms of, you know, liens against the property, those kind of things, or even, you know, like the square footage is different, stuff like that. If we've made if HCAT, for example, says it's 2,400 square feet and we make an offer based on that and come to find out it's a 1,900 square foot house, obviously our offer changes.
Right.
But outside of the material facts of the underlying offer that the underlying offer was based on, we stick with our offer.
Well, I can tell you another scenario. We contract the house, and the house has a fire.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, if it burns down. Yeah.
Outside of that.
Yeah, post insurance claim, right, and being rebuilt, all that. Outside of that, we're gonna.
I just can't believe these guys. Some of the stuff they do. Anyways, so one of the questions we got at our weekend retreat, and I really liked having this guy there. He asked some incredibly sharp questions. I got to eat dinner with him on Friday night. It was first night.
Yeah.
And he asked a question about, hey, if you got no money, no credit, and you've got to do a deal in the next 30 days to make $5,000, what do you do? And I don't even think we really let him finish the question. This was on Sunday. And I said, get a job. Just get a job.
Yeah, right.
Like, if you don't have money or credit, you're starting a business. And can you do this business with no money or no credit? We do it every single day. But to have no safety net, to have, you know, no money to drive around town and look at houses, to pay for toll tags, to do earnest money deposits, what are you going to do if a deal of a lifetime comes along and you have to write a check right there for $10,000 earnest money? And it's a deal that's going to make you $100. Because you know what? You don't have to, quote, raise private money to get an earnest money deposit.
Right.
But you're going to let $100,000 walk out the door? I mean, it's stuff like that where I'm like, dude, you got to have some money. Just get a job. And then I went on a rant this morning about we are not these guys that are going to stand at the front of the room and shame people who are gainfully employed because they should be entrepreneurs. I think that's terrible.
Right.
I think it's absolutely awful. I shared the story that we have a lot of people in our office that work here that some of them don't have to work for us.
Right.
They really don't.
No.
I know some of their financial conditions. They don't have to work here. They don't need a job. They like working here. They love what they do. And I'm not going to shame those people because they're not entrepreneurs. Why do that?
Right.
You're never going to hear that from us. You're never going to hear us on the radio say, everyone needs to be an entrepreneur, screw the man, blah, 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 all that nonsense. It's all this. Maybe I'm getting too many YouTube, Facebook commercials lately, but I just can't handle this. Everybody should be an entrepreneur nonsense. It's driving me nuts. It really is. I've got YouTube Red, which takes all the advertisements out, and I wish they had a Facebook version of that.
Is that a paid version?
Yeah, it is. It's like $10 a month, and it takes all the ads out.
Oh, that'd be swell. I didn't know about that.
And you
I'm
can
not on YouTube all that much.
I'm on it all the time. And then you can download stuff to your devices.
Oh, nice.
I can download stuff to my phone. So, anyways, I'm never going to be one of these guys that says, "Oh, you can't do it," blah blah blah. It doesn't work out. So, I think you got to have some money. You got to have some credit to be successful in this business. Period. That's the only way. You're starting a business, and in starting a business, you've got to have some seed capital. Now, do you need $1 million? No. Do you need $100,000? I think 40, 50 grand is plenty. We started Houston House Buyers with $40,000, and you can use that same amount of seed capital today. And in the grand scheme of things, $50,000, $100,000 is nothing in this business. It's really not. You'll be doing my first 2 rehabs were over $100 grand each. So $100,000. See, that's another thing. What if you have a rehab that goes over 10%?
Yeah, right.
That's no big deal, right? Go over 10%. It shouldn't kill the deal. Well, I was doing $200,000 in rehab my first 2 deals. That's $20 grand.
Right.
Do you have an extra $20 grand out of pocket in case you go 10% over? Which is not uncommon for a big rehab.
That's the reason why a lot of first-time investors that don't have money, they won't take on a big deal like that. And that's really where the biggest margins are, right?
Right.
So we'll talk about that more on the other side of the break. You're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. 713-785-1817 is our call-in number. You can also join us live on the Book of Faces. Go to Facebook.com, like our page, Right Path Real Estate. Also visit our website, RightPathRealEstate.com, RightPathRealEstate.com, and learn about all our events. We'll talk about the August 3rd event when we come back from the break.
Investor loans offering up to 100% financing are still available. You just have to know where to look. Look no further than Noble Mortgage. Noble Mortgage is a full-service mortgage company that's been helping investors since 2003. Noble Mortgage offers up to 100% financing to investors that covers purchase, repairs, and closing costs. In addition to private money, Noble Mortgage offers conventional loans, FHA, and even no-income documentation loans for both residential and commercial properties. Call and ask about our 5-point guarantee, which includes free pre-qualifications within 2 business days. Call 713-680-8100 or visit noblemoney.com. That's noblemoney.com. Our team has over 50 years experience in the mortgage industry. Call us today, 713-680-8100, or visit us on the web, noblemoney.com, noblemoney.com.
NMLS 292143, 8203 Willow Place Drive, Houston, Texas, 77070.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes or binders? The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. We're here for you. Are you a rehabber, wholesaler, buy and hold, or flipper? Bundling your properties on a single policy will help save time and money. Benchmark has been in business for over 10 years, and we insure over 30,000 properties. Contact Benchmark about our exclusive investor package. Call us and let us show you what we can do for you at 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com. That's benchmarkbroker.com. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Did you know that there are over $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S.? Imagine if you could use someone's IRA to fund all of your deals. Well, you can. Quest IRA is based locally here in Houston, Texas. At Quest IRA, we offer retirement accounts that can be used to invest in real estate, promissory notes, private entities, and much more. Many of our clients loan money from their IRAs to fund real estate deals all over the country. We don't sell any investments or give advice. However, we do hold free networking events, weekly educational classes, and free consultations with an IRA specialist. For more information, visit our website at questira.com or call us at 1-855 fund IRAs. To tap into the $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S., call Quest IRA at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or go to our website, questira.com.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties. Whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab, we manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
Over the last 6 years, Fast Track has completed over 700 projects, which has helped us to create our 3 keys to success. Use a detailed scope of work so that everything gets done, train and maintain quality crews so it gets done right, and complete the work in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself, no more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992. Again, that's 832-742-9992, or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
This is Business 1110.
This is a pre-recorded program. Call Jason or Tom at 713-785-1817 or look for us on Facebook Live at facebook.com/RightPathRealEstate.
Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate, here with Tom Perry, my business partner. Talking about doing real estate deals. Buying houses to fix and flip or rent or wholesale, or how you can lend your money and be the bank. Here's a little pro tip. If you're going to build wealth, you have to be able to do all 3. I hear somebody say all the time, or all 4, I'm sorry. I hear somebody say all the time, the only way to build wealth is through rental properties. Nothing could be further from the truth. Nothing can be further from the truth. You need to be able to do all 4. Because I'll tell you what will happen. There'll be different phases in your business where you'll want to do all 4. You know, you may, even though you're not marketing to it, you may want to do an owner finance deal, right? And that's going to require you to be the bank. You may want to flip a deal that comes across. You know, through the course of your marketing, whether you're working with wholesalers, real estate agents, and other real estate professionals, or you're sending out postcards and yellow letters and doing stuff online and all that, you will ultimately come across another deal. And it's like, hey, should I flip this house or should I wholesale it? Well, why not flip the house? And you're going to need to know how to do that. As you begin to build your business, wholesaling, flipping, and lending, you're probably going to want to buy rental properties, which is a great store of wealth. A lot of people think that rental properties make them wealthy. It's somewhat true over the long term because of the appreciation. But appreciation is speculative. The nice things about rental properties as a speculation is that they cash flow, and you can choose the time at which you exit that asset. So at the end of the day, at some point you're going to say, hey, I've been flipping for a couple of years now. Now I want to start building a rental portfolio. I want to store my wealth.
Yeah, so great wealth preservation, as we call it.
Excellent wealth preservation.
Flipping is a great wealth creation. Buy and hold is not a great wealth creation. It's great. Most people that do buy and hold, they've already created their wealth someplace else.
Yeah.
And then they buy the properties to preserve their wealth. Great strategy, at least in this market.
Right.
Now, there have been some markets in the past where you could buy properties at such a deep discount that it was a great wealth creation strategy. Like after the crash of '86 or the crash of 2008, there was some good wealth creation strategies that you could use in buy and hold. But to say that any marketplace is going to be static and it's not going to change up and down, and that's one of the reasons why I think that when you look at your, the person that's going to be your educator in real estate, are they doing real estate? I mean, like now, today, did they buy any deals, this month, for example? And if so, how many? I
think I closed one yesterday.
Yeah.
Does that count? Is that enough in the last 24 hours?
I think so.
Hey, we've got a caller, Nick from Baltimore. Nick, this is Jason Bible and Tom Perry of Right Path Real Estate. You are on the radio. What's your question?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. Real quick, on Facebook, if you get an ad, you can click the arrow in the upper right and hit hide ads so you can stop seeing those.
when you're hiding. When you're getting ads in your feed. That's a good idea.
Yeah, so I did that and I stopped getting all those mumbo jumbo things. So my question
we're experts when it comes to real estate, but not experts when it comes to Facebook ads.
Right. So my question is about the 20% margin. Let me see if I can explain it right. So, I'm trying to buy things at the 70% rule or less, and when I factor in on my deal analyzer sheet, an average of 6-month hold time, my interest and points, closing costs, and all that. Sometimes those deals on a piece of paper look like a 9% margin, 10% margin, but when you remove like the hold time, say you just make it like 0%, or 0 days on market, and maybe you get cheaper points, it becomes like a 20% margin. So does that make sense? Am I explaining it properly, or do I need to explain it better? I guess my question.
You're explaining it extremely well.
What's that?
You're explaining it extremely well. The 70% rule, it's incredible how many people know the 70% rule, but they don't know really what it's derived from. And the 30% that's the discount off of the retail has to do with 10% for closing costs, 10% for holding costs, and 10% for your profit. And then it's minus the cost of repairs, right? That's where a flipper needs to operate. Well, if your holding cost is less than 10%, then that's going to add more to your profit line, right? Or if your closing costs are less than 10%, that will add more to your more to your profit. And that's really where, most investors that are getting 20% consistently. And what I'll tell you is 20% on a large number as a consistent. In fact, Jason and I, we were going through our numbers yesterday, so we happen to be very, very current with what we're averaging as a percentage, and it's less than 20%, to be honest, as a gross profit margin before the acquisition commissions that we pay. Now, the properties that we've also had some properties that have hit 30-35% on an individual deal basis, but again, that's like hitting a home run, right? And you don't want to build a baseball team out of only players that'll hit home runs every time they get up to bat. You need some singles, you need some doubles, you need some triples.
The Astros seem to be doing okay if we just did home runs.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
But it's an average. I think that's the thing you got to consider as an average.
And what I would submit is I don't think it's possible to average 20%. Long-term on a large volume of houses. I think that you could average, but, because you're talking about leveraging such big dollar volume, I think that it's also easier to make a bigger percentage on a smaller house size. Like if you're going to flip a $150,000 house and you make $20,000 on that house, that's a larger percentage than if you're doing a $400,000 house and you start out with a 10% margin. I mean, one of our biggest deals in the last 6 months, we bought a house for $110,000. We put $110,000 into it, so we're in it for $220,000. I really bought it off of a $300,000 ARV. Now, I also had budgeted, about $30,000 in holding costs, about $4,000 a month for about eight months worth of hold time. Well, the construction took about 90 days, but we put the property on the market on a Friday, and we had 7 showings on a Saturday, and by Monday we had 4 above listing price offers, and actually we listed it at $364,900, not the $300,000, because the market had shifted pretty dramatically in that 4-month period that we owned the property. The property was actually rising very dramatically, and I was concerned honestly about the appraisal, and it actually sold for $375,000. Well, I didn't buy it off of a $375 ARV. Had no intention of thinking. I mean, I wouldn't have felt comfortable on the buy side. Really happy on the sell side. So we're only in it for $220 plus holding costs. We're in it for like $245, I think, something like that. So we ended up. I mean, we did extremely well on that property. But
the 20% margin we use is it's a. Let me put it this way. Some people get so fixated on a number. They're like, it's got to be 20%, it's got to be 20%. And it's like, hold on, relax. Will I do 15% deals? Absolutely. Will I do 14, 13%? Absolutely. Will I do 10? There's no way. There's just not enough margin there. So you've got to be kind of around that. And I'm not saying you're doing that, but some people get so cranked up about being like, when we say a number, it's got to be like this number. And it's like, hey, it's got to be in that ballpark because you've got to allow yourself to be successful.
No, I get that. I just I guess I get a little kind of apprehensive because I just don't want to do like a 14% margin, and I make a mistake and it's less than that.
Well, here's what I would say is I feel more comfortable doing a 14% margin going into a deal if it's a larger deal. Let's say it's a $400,000 house in our marketplace. And, in your market, that may be $1 million house or whatever that number is, right? But if I'm already planning on the construction, because what happens is if I've got a $30,000 rehab budget in there, and that means that I'm not planning on replacing all of the 4 major systems and updating everything, right? Because I can't do that for $30,000. So it's a relatively modest rehab. I don't have foundation or plumbing or roof or or HVAC. Multiple of those 4 major systems are not going to be updated. And I don't have a lot of money to update bathrooms and kitchens and all the expensive rooms that really sell the house. Now, it's totally different when I go in expecting to make 14% if I've got a $110,000 rehab number. Because the chances of missing something, I'm already moving walls. I'm already changing the flow of the house. I'm already replacing kitchen cabinet. I mean, everything's accounted for. What did I miss? There's not really much that I can make a oops on. The only thing that I can really miss at that point is, did I calculate enough holding time? Well, I'm already building in, 4 months of hold time just for the rehab alone. And then I'm looking at days on market, and if days on market are, let's say, 30 days, and I build in 90 days, and then I also build in an extra 60 days to close, and it's rarely taken us truly 60 days to close. It's normally been less than that. So I'm building in some extra margin because I'm building in a risk tolerance, whether it's on my closing side, whether it's on my holding side, whether it's on my ARV. There was a house recently that I bought that truly I think that the ARV, best case scenario, is 460. But I didn't feel like pushing it to 460. I bought it off of a 440 ARV. So although my percentages may look smaller in terms of my profit number when I'm going in on the deal, I've built in a $120,000 rehab, a 9-month hold time, and I bought it off a 440 ARV, not a 460. So when I presented the profit number to the seller, hey, look, 10%. Here's $44,000. But I have a feeling I'm going to make closer to 75 or 80 on this deal, which is going to make it a 18, 19% margin. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. And
I'll tell you just to kind of summarize, the one thing I don't lose any sleep over the houses that we rehab that need everything.
Right.
Like $50 a foot houses, $50 a foot rehab, I don't lose any sleep. If you look at the houses we've lost money on, it's the ones that are almost near retail ready because they hide a lot of their problems.
Yeah, I get
love
that.
the big rehabs. That's where we do so much better on those. So if you're doing the house you're looking at right now is a big rehab, and I don't know what that is in your market, but if that's a large rehab, those are the best kind of deals because there's just no surprises.
Okay. I get that. I appreciate it.
If you want to hang on through the break, we'll continue the conversation. You're listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio. 713-785-1817 is our call-in number. We'll keep talking on the other side.
Are small returns getting in the way of your retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree. Single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make. Find out how JB Fund Services offers a 9% preferred return and up to a 13% waterfall. Call us today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give Next Gen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Selecting a foundation company and their product for repair is a lot like a game of chance. You simply don't know what you're going to get. The foundation repair industry as a whole doesn't carry a license, nor is it regulated. However, Foundation Check utilizes professional engineers to review all of our files to give you the best foundation analysis in today's market. Remember to check before every repair. Call 346-702-3825, or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com.
Have you ever experienced the pain of trying to get MLS comps for your hot lead? If you've lost deals waiting for MLS comps, you can understand the frustration. How much would it help you if you no longer had to wait for a real estate agent to get you the info you need to close a deal? Propelio is a brokerage website that gives you instant 24/7 access to high-equity lead lists and comps with access to a network of the top real estate agents. Get an edge on everyone else. Get a free 7-day trial today by going to getmlscomps.com now. That's getmlscomps.com.
Did you know that there are over $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S.? Imagine if you could use someone's IRA to fund all of your deals. Well, you can. Quest IRA is based locally here in Houston, Texas. At Quest IRA, we offer retirement accounts that can be used to invest in real estate, promissory notes, private entities, and much more. Many of our clients loan money from their IRAs to fund real estate deals all over the country. We don't sell any investments or give advice. However, we do hold free networking events, weekly educational classes, and free consultations with an IRA specialist. For more information, visit our website at questira.com or call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs. To tap into the $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S., call Quest IRA at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or go to our website, questira.com.
Are you expecting to close accurately, on time, and with lots of communication on your home purchase? You've come to the right place. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer with Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Our goal is to give our borrowers and referral partners an amazing experience during the loan process. My team believes in putting people and culture before results. Our company concentrates on building those teams who operate with structure, process, and recognition for going the extra mile for you. This way, we have the energy to make this your best home purchase ever. Give us a call today to find out the simple steps to get started. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, the Hernandez team at Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Jennifer.legacymutual.com or call 713-579-3611. Again, Jennifer.legacymutual.com. We can't wait to consult with you soon. NMLS 514497.
Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. NMLS 514497.
This is Business 1110.
This is a pre-recorded program. Call Jason or Tom at 713-785-1817 or look for us on Facebook Live at facebook.com/RightPathRealEstate.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. We still got Nick from Baltimore on the line. So, Nick, what else you got?
Yeah. I just wanted to clarify real quick. When you guys are talking about your hold time and your profit margin, you include your day's construction time and everything in that
Absolutely.
Hold time. Okay.
So down here in Texas, we budget $7,500 a week for construction, $30,000 a month, and that's pretty consistent. We've seen down here. So we'll add that. If you look at we have a little deal analyzer, and if you look at it, it'll have days on market, days it's in construction, which obviously before it goes on market, and then time to close. And we work with Jennifer Hernandez down here at Legacy Mutual Mortgage, and I'd like to say that, you know, our deals are closing in 30 days or less, but a lot of times it's like 20. I want to say she can do 21, 25 days. She has like smoked some retail closings right out the door. So working with her is great. Most of our closings are less than 30 days, which, I mean, you know, time is money in these things, right? The longer they sit, the less money you make. So she makes us a lot of money by saving us like a week. Do that over 100 houses, and it starts to add up to real money real quick.
Okay. No, I appreciate the time, guys. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks, Nick. Thanks for the call.
Bye-bye.
So
yeah, you know, it even came up over the weekend retreat. It's the 70% minus repairs number, and it's just a guideline, and you have to understand it's like any shortcut in, you know, algebra or math or, you know, the Pythagorean theorem, you know, all those kind of things. Those are shortcuts, but you have to understand the underlying math behind it, right? That you know, it's essentially that almost every single professional real estate investor should have about a 10% closing cost. And that's, 3% for the buyer's agent, 3% for the seller's agent, 2% for title insurance, and 2% for the negotiation after the sale.
All I can think right now, and the engineer types out there are like, what is the math formula in real estate that's A squared plus B squared equals C squared?
Yeah.
When you said Pythagorean theorem,
Yeah.
that's all I could think
Right. Yeah. Well, if as a real estate investor, what it has to do with is figuring out the area of roofing area, right? Because oftentimes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because they're triangles up there sometimes,
That's
right?
exactly right. Yeah.
Looky there.
Look, you're trying to figure out the hypotenuse of the triangle. Give me any two sides. I can give you the third, right? On a right triangle.
I've had people all the time tell me, Jason, I don't know why I went and took all those math classes or science classes. I've never used them. And I'm like, ooh, I feel sorry for you.
Yeah, right.
I use it all the time.
If you're sitting in front of TV land, watching Oprah, then you're probably not going to use much math that you learned.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm in Excel spreadsheets and looking at deals and construction. I mean, all that stuff is. I use it every day, man.
Yeah. Well, I use it a lot when I had Fast Track. I mean, and even now, I mean, you're walking a house and you're trying to figure out roof. Areas, things like that. Of course, Eagle View makes it really easy nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean,
but hey, great segue. What are you teaching about next week?
Yeah, we're going to be talking about knowing your numbers, right?
Yeah.
Estimating rehabs.
So if you want to learn how to estimate rehabs like a pro, so our shtick, if you will, is 10 minutes to 10%. You ought to be able to walk a house in 10 minutes and get within 10% of your final budget number. And if you're not doing that, you need to come to this event. 10 minutes to 10%. And Tom's going to go over all those guidelines on how to do that, the rules of thumb, the price per square foot, and all that kind of stuff. That'll be our next event, not this Thursday, but next Thursday. You can go to rightpathrealestate.com.
August 3rd.
Yep.
8-3.
And then our next weekend retreat.
And also, we're adding new this time. If you're a realtor, if you're a real estate agent, then we're going to be doing an MCE class, and we'll have more information up on our website probably by Friday. But if you want to get some free MCE credits, then all you got to do is be here at 5 o'clock at 11451 Katy Freeway, Suite 360. And we've got an hour-long MCE. Our good friend Tim Harridge out of Dallas, 2020 REI is the name of his company. He's coming down doing a free MCE. And I'm remiss, I'm a pretty darn good real estate agent. I'm a mediocre radio guy.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of his topic yet.
Oh, we'll figure it. It doesn't really matter. You guys need the MCE credits
Absolutely.
anyways. Well, we tell everybody, hey, look, if you're making offers to sellers, you need to be a licensed real estate agent.
Well, here's what I'd say is if you really want to learn how to work more with investors, if you're looking for a win-win, if you feel like that, if you don't have enough investors in your pipeline as potential buyers and you're running across that deal that is not retail ready. I mean, that you limited your buyers if a person's been living in the house for 40, 45 years and they want to sell their house, they want you to list it for them, and it's got foundation cracks. I mean, that's not going to qualify for a mortgage. So you've limited your buyers to cash buyers, which are typically investors. So if it's got, if it needs a roof replaced or if it has foundations that need to be done or drain line plumbing or supply line plumbing issues and the seller just wants to sell it as is, we've got a great program for working directly with realtors on those kind of deals. So you can give us a call. Not 713-785-1817, but give us a call at, what is our number? 281-888-9555 is the best number. 281-888-9555, or go to HoustonHouseBuyers.com.
We need to start putting that number out more often because I always forget the number. It's 281-888-9555. That's our office number.
Yeah, 281-888-9555. Yeah.
Please don't test me on that. Although I can remember that one pretty easy.
It's a pretty easy number I've had that number for a pretty good while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So weekend retreat is in August. I will tell you right now, it was standing room only in Houston like a week or two before the weekend retreat. So if you want to go to the weekend retreat, and I'll tell you what's great about the DFW event. Those of y'all who are out of town, it's an easy flight to DFW. The airport is right down the street from the hotel. So that's a great event.
Yeah, it's about a 7-minute Uber or $7 Uber ride.
Yeah, we do it all the time.
Yeah.
So
in fact, I'll be staying at that hotel tonight.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you guys are going up to the Quest event, right?
Yeah, right.
So it's a quick little, fly in, go to the weekend retreat. Typically, our Dallas event, half to two-thirds of the students fly in from out of state because, DFW is a major hub for a lot of airlines. So come on down. Go ahead and sign up on the Right Path Real Estate website. And then in Houston, that's our September event. So those of you who are in Houston, you might want to go ahead and sign up for the September one because it's not, and it's almost at the end of October. So we're running out of time here at the end of the year. I should say, well, we're getting closer to the end of the year here, going into August and September. I mean, where are you at in your real estate business? And I wouldn't wait until January 1st, New Year's resolution. Hey, I'm going to go be a real estate investor. Start learning this stuff now. Or, hey, I think there's a big crash. I got in a big argument with a guy yesterday on Facebook about real estate crashes. And, I think there's a real estate crash. That's what I'm going to start, learning how to be a real estate investor. The time to learn is now.
Yeah.
Right? When you deploy that knowledge is up to you. But the time to learn, although I'd argue the time to execute is right now as well. But the time to learn is now. It's today. You don't want to wait until the middle of the crash where you're like, I'm trying to figure out real estate. And
well, we have 3 students right now out of our mastermind program that within 6 months of beginning as a mastermind are on track to earn a 7-figure year this year. So the question is if you knew that you were 6 months away from being on track to earn a 7-figure year, when would you want to start that 6-month period?
6 months from now.
No, but that means that you would be on track a year from now, right?
Right.
You want to start it now. I mean, why would you delay that? I mean, what in the world would get in your way of buying that ticket? You know what I mean?
Well, and you know what the other thing I don't get is we're doing this and we're having a lot of fun, right?
Right.
But is this what we're going to do forever? I mean, are we going to do Right Path forever? I think there's this misconception out there that we're going to do this for like.
Are we having a board meeting right now?
Well, no, but I think. But let's be. I mean, let's be. We start building this thing. Somebody could buy us out, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
well, chances are I won't be doing this 40 years from now.
Well, that's true. I won't either. But I mean, are we going to be doing it 10 years from now, 5 years from now?
Yeah.
I mean, people have this idea that like, oh yeah, I'll just go see Jason and Tom, like next month. We may not do an event next month.
Right.
I mean, I'll tell you right now, folks, the next real estate crash happens.
Yeah.
It's very likely we close Right Path. We take all of our.
You're not going to see us at networking events.
No.
You're not going to see us at.
We're not going to be hosting network. We're going to take all of our people that joined our tribe, and we're going to go buy a bunch of real estate. We're not going to have time to teach people how to do real estate.
Right.
We're just not going to have time to do it. So a lot of these folks that think like, oh, just wait, I'll see you guys next month and the month after that. We might not be doing this.
Those people are rarely successful in.
That's true.
In most parts of their life, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
So
what we find is the successful people, the people that that join our team that do really well, not just in real estate, they do well in life, right? Is that they make decisions quickly.
I'll tell you what, I've told people I can figure out how well the client is going to perform in base camp. That's our mastermind program, based on what they do the first 12 weeks. Like I can literally predict their success.
Right.
I've almost gotten it down to what they do in the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
If they do this and this and this, the rest of their year they're going to run like gangbusters. But I can tell you the level of success you will have based on what you do with information and how you implement it over a 12-week period. I mean, if you're moving like gangbusters, making offers, just blowing up Tom and I's phone. I mean, those of you who are one-on-one clients know that. I mean, everybody has our cell phone number. And then all of a sudden they go silent after about 12 to 16 weeks. I know they're working on a ton of deals. And then we'll reach out and go like, hey, man, I hadn't heard from you in a couple weeks. What's going on? Oh, I'm in the middle of 4 rehabs, and I've got 3 more rental properties under contract. I mean, I can tell the attitude when someone says, I'm not an expert in this. I'm going to do it exactly as you tell me to do. And I'm like, oh, yeah, here we go. This is going to be a good case study in 16 weeks. I mean, that's literally what happens. You just implement and just it's action over action over action with the right action, right? That's the important piece. We get back from the break. We'll talk more about real estate. It's Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
All right.
Rehab loans, conventional loans, FHA, and no-income documentation loans can seem scary unless you have the right mortgage company to guide you through the process. Since 2003, Noble Mortgage has been helping investors just like you. Whether rehabbing houses, buying your first home, rental, or commercial property, Noble Mortgage offers up to 100% financing. Call Noble Mortgage at 713-680-8100 or visit noblemoney.com. That's noblemoney.com.
NMLS 292143, 8203 Willow Place Drive, Houston, Texas, 77070.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give Next Gen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property? Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties, whether it's a flip, rehab, or a rental rehab. No more managing it yourself. No more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992.
Real estate investors, if you're not familiar with Quest IRA, let me tell you what you're missing. We've got free weekly educational classes, networking opportunities, and the ability to tap into trillions of dollars for your real estate investing deals. Come by our office or join us remotely as we simulcast all of our educational classes every Tuesday morning and evening. For more information, call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or visit our website at questira.com.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes, binders, and the agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. It's there for you. Call Houston's leading real estate risk management experts, Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas, 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
Are you a realtor or seller that is concerned about the new TRID rules and closing on time? I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer at Legacy Mutual Mortgage, and we have mastered the 30-day close. We close on time, accurately, and with tons of communication. You'll have a dedicated team of a coordinator and a contract-to-close associate. Give me a call today at 713-579-3611, and let's talk about how we can help you on your next transaction.
Equal Housing Opportunity Lender, NMLS 514497.
Have you ever experienced the pain of trying to get MLS comps for your hot lead? If you've lost deals waiting for MLS comps, you can understand the frustration. How much would it help you if you no longer had to wait for a real estate agent to get you the info you need to close a deal? Propelio is a brokerage website that gives you instant 24/7 access to high-equity lead lists and comps with access to a network of the top real estate agents. Get an edge on everyone else. Get a free 7-day trial today by going to getmlscomps.com now. That's getmlscomps.com.
Are small returns getting in the way of your retirement plans? Why settle for mediocre results? There's a better place to invest. The experts agree, single-family real estate is one of the best investments you can make. Find out how JB Fund Services offers a 9% preferred return and up to a 13% waterfall. Call us today at 281-915-0906 or visit our website, jbfundservices.com. That's 281-915-0906. This investment is offered to accredited investors.
This is Business 1110.
This is a pre-recorded program. Call Jason or Tom at 713-785-1817 or look for us on Facebook Live at facebook.com/RightPathRealEstate.
Welcome back. Jason Bible, Tom Perry, Right Path Real Estate. So if you really want to build a business or you're trying to figure out why your business is kind of puttering along, you'll do one deal you make money on, next deal you lose money on, one deal you make money on, next deal you lose money on, or you're a landlord. I see this with a lot of landlords. We'll say, hey, what do you do? And they'll say, I'm a landlord. Great. How many houses you got? 5. And then we'll say, you can't buy any more, can you? Oh, how'd you know?
Out of money.
out of money. Why are you out of money? Because you were taught how to buy rentals the incorrect way, right? You put $20,000 into a rental property that makes you $500 a month. How many years does it take you to buy another rental property with the cash flow from that one rental? It takes you a couple years, right? How do you do no money out of pocket deals? That's one of the things we teach in our weekend retreat. That's running this business like a business. You shouldn't have any of your own money in these things. Now, do you need money to do real estate? Absolutely. Got to have money, got to have some credit. But I'll tell you, if you follow our instructions, it's pretty easy to build a rental portfolio without having any of your own money in them. Now, would I put $5,000 into a single-family deal so I can make $500 a month? Yeah, I'd do that. But would I put 10, 20, 30? I heard one guy put $50,000 into a single-family house, had an ARV of $150,000. Now, he's cash flowing like $600 a month, but what's the point? Use that $50,000 to build a real business, not to store it in a single-family house. What you really want to do is use that to continue building your real estate portfolio. Continue building. Otherwise, you go back to work, right, and got to save another $50,000. That doesn't make any sense. You know, if you got $20,000, do a flip. Make $20,000, $30,000. Then put it into start building a rental portfolio. Or if you've got a rental portfolio and you got $30,000, $40,000 sitting around there, start using that on marketing and start buying 1, 2, 3, 4 houses a quarter and build a real portfolio. If you're an owner finance person, it's the same deal. All of us have to, regardless of the type of real estate we're doing, we all have to market and we've got to sell our properties, whether we're selling money as a lender or we're selling real estate as a tenant relationship that you're going to lease, or you're selling it retail to an end user, owner, occupant. We've all got to do some marketing and sales, right? We've all got to be able to find deals. We've got to put together the funds for those deals. And then, of course, we have to convert those into revenue somehow. So if you want to learn how to do this, the weekend retreat is the place to do it. Go to rightpathrealestate.com. Next weekend retreat is sometime in August, 2018, 19, 20, something like that. You go to rightpathrealestate.com, and then that'll be in Dallas. Then we've got one in Houston the following month. So we'll see you guys there. Thanks for listening. It was great going through all the questions. It's a call-in show. You guys are welcome to call in. I didn't see any other questions on Facebook. So if we see anything else, we'll go ahead and write those comments in. You have any parting words there, Mr. Perry?
You know, you can tell I've been a little bit silent. I'm answering questions. We're buying houses. I've got a guy up in Dallas I was supposed to meet with. I walked his house yesterday, and so I'm texting with him right now. So you've been listening to Right Path Real Estate Radio, the guys that actually do real estate.
That's weird.
And we tell the truth. And that's unique in the real estate guru market. So plug in rightpathrealestate.com and say an adios.
Thanks for listening, guys.
You've been listening to Right Path Real Estate. Need electricity at your business? Would you like to save money on that electricity? Discount Power, 2016's fastest growing retail electricity company in the nation by Inc. magazine, is headquartered right here in Houston. For great rates and great service, call 713-423-6970 option 3 or visit discountpowertx.com/commercial and save money on electricity. Get a one-time $50 credit on your business's first bill by mentioning promo code BizRadio. Certain terms and conditions apply. This offer is valid for new commercial accounts only. PUCT 10161.
Did you know that the average yearly repair bill for a car 5 years or older is more than $1,200? Having repair coverage for your car just makes sense, but the trick is not to overpay for it. With Toco Warranty, you can get a highly rated vehicle protection plan, usually for less than a tank of gas per month. And now, we're offering a zero down payment program. To get a great car vehicle protection plan at a super low price, call Toco Warranty at 1-800-269-3100. That's 1-800-269-3100. Terms and conditions apply.
Business 1110 96.1 KTEK Alvin, Houston.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Newly sworn in White House Chief of Staff John Kelly getting a big vote of confidence from his new boss.
We just swore in General Kelly. He will do a spectacular job, I have no doubt.
as Chief of Staff.
The president selected Kelly, who was heading up the Homeland Security Division, to replace former GOP Party Chairman Reince Priebus, who held the Chief of Staff position for 6 months. As far as all the reports of chaos in the White House, the president says they're just not true.
From high-level personnel changes to West Wing leaks to surprising presidential tweets, the Trump White House has been viewed by some as lacking discipline. This week, with a new chief of staff taking the reins, the president is insisting everything is fine. On Twitter, he points to a record-high stock market, improved economic numbers, and the approval of his Supreme Court nominee. He closes out the tweet by saying, "No White House chaos."
As White House correspondent Greg Clugston, the president is getting some pushback from his own party over his proposal to change Senate rules that require 60 votes to overcome a filibuster to a simple 51-vote majority. Senator Jeff Flake of Arizona.
No, and it shouldn't. That would be a big mistake. We are at our best in the Senate when we work across the aisle.
Flake appeared on CBS this morning. The U.S. stock indexes starting the week mostly higher as media companies gained. Scripps Networks, the company behind HGTV and the Food Channel, gained after it agreed to be bought by Discovery Communications for $14.6 billion. Americans signed more contracts to buy homes in June, snapping a 3-month decline in pending sales. The National Association of Realtors says its pending home sales index rose by 1.5% in June to 110.2. The gain still puts the pace of contracts in June below its March level. More from townhall.com.
First in financial news, this is Business 1110. Now you know which way the market is going. Let's find out how your traffic is flowing. This is Business 1110 traffic.
Virtually no slowdowns anywhere in Houston, except there's always that exception, isn't there? Always that but. On the Katy Freeway, I-10 outbound at Shepherd, we do have an accident working. There are 3 right lanes that are blocked, but it's only a 5-minute backup right now from Taylor. On the Diesel, Houston traffic.
Hey, Houston, it's Nate Murphy, General Manager of Fred Haas Toyota World. Get trucking to the #1 Tundra dealer in the world. We'll never lose a truck deal over price because we know price sells trucks and SUVs. Plus, we're not afraid to give you more for your trade-in at Fred Haas Toyota World.
Business 1110 KTEK Alvin.
Have you racked up more than $10,000 in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? You should know. The credit card companies are tricking you into thinking there's no way out. Credit card companies would rather you didn't know that there are ways you can become debt-free and you don't have to pay the entire amount you owe. There are debt relief programs that help people like you escape overwhelming credit card debt. National Debt Relief has helped tens of thousands of people just like you reduce more than $500 million of debt. National Debt Relief has helped so many people, they're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. You don't have to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan. You have the right to settle your debt for a mere fraction of what you owe. Reduce a portion of your debt now. Call National Debt Relief at 800-975-5115. 800-975-5115. That's 800-975-5115.
How old are you? 25, 35, 50, or older? If you have pain, we can help. Do your knees hurt?
Ow.
Let me ask you again. Are your knees killing you?
Oh, yeah. Are they ever?
What about your back? When you... How about when you get... If you're like me, your knees and back feel like this.
Oh, that hurts.
I found a company called the Pain Relief Hotline. They specialize in ways to treat your knee, back, and neck pain without surgery or taking medications. The good news is if you have insurance, you may have little or no cost or out-of-pocket expense. I've used them. It works. Call the Pain Relief Hotline now for free information. 800-989-0851. 800-989-0851. Call now. 800-989-0851. That's 800-989-0851.
This is Business 1110.
With poison gas and use a homemade bomb. More from townhall.com.
Last week, there were some sanctions announced against individuals by the U.S. Treasury Department, members of Nicolas Maduro's administration, former members of that administration. We haven't seen any action taken on oil in particular. What could the U.S. government do here, and how profound could the impact be if the Treasury Department were to take steps to curb oil imports, Michael?
Well, what the markets are most worried about would be a ban on a U.S. ban on importing Venezuelan crude. So Venezuela they produce around 2 million barrels a day. They export a total of around 1.3 million barrels a day, and a little more than half of that, 0.7 million barrels a day, goes to the U.S. So if the U.S. were to stop importing that amount of crude, it would really hurt Venezuela a lot, and it would in effect take that amount of crude off the market, and it would also, so it would increase prices, not just for the U.S. but around the world, and potentially for a sudden disruption like that, we're talking that it could be $5 or even $10 a barrel. So we could be looking at $60 rather than $50 a barrel.
Mike, how are you expecting Venezuela to end?
As far as
when you look at the oil markets, and given what you've just said, so we talk about the possibility of a civil war. Certainly, the vote on the Constitution didn't go great. How much do we know about how much it will actually impact oil?
Well, there's a lot of variables, so it's really difficult to say right now. I mean, one thing that we know is already happening, and that would probably get much worse, would be the simple fact that Venezuela has not really been investing, and they've not had the money to invest in the oil sector. So that's why their production has already been declining fairly steadily for a couple of years now. So that would continue, and probably the rate of decline would increase. There's an interesting wrinkle, though. There's a couple different ways that the U.S. could play it. If you're thinking about oil, for example, if the U.S. wanted to hurt Venezuela but not raise prices and not really hurt U.S. Gulf Coast refiners, they could, at the same time as they embargo Venezuelan imports into the U.S., they could also release U.S. SPR crude to make that up. So that's sort of the best of both worlds. You're hurting Venezuela, but you're not raising prices, and you're not damaging refining margins for Gulf Coast refiners. So there's various options out there.
Mike, OPEC and non-OPEC producers will convene in Abu Dhabi, I think, next week on the 7th, and they will discuss why some nations aren't complying with output cuts. Does that actually impact the price of oil, or is it just at the margins?
I think it's at the margins. I mean, these technical meetings that they have. I mean, we had one week ago, and obviously the markets pay attention to it. But these are not the big twice-a-year full meetings of all the OPEC ministers, as well as Russia and the non-OPEC countries. So I really wouldn't expect any major developments to come out of that, probably not even any minor developments. They're really just going to twist arms and try to exert pressure, and you already have the Saudis, the UAE, and Kuwait basically leading by example. But for example, Iraq is a country that has been, they're a key player, and they've really not been playing ball as far as cutting. So they're just going to be applying pressure.
Tell us a bit about your forecasts. I know you've revised them lower recently. What's led you to do that? And I know you call this a tactical market. Explain what that means.
Well, the reason we've revised down our forecast is every time we look at the balances, which we do about once a month when we get a new set of data, the balances look less and less constructive. And by that I mean, even though we've had, for example, global demand growth creeping up, we have more OPEC supply. The story in the earlier part of the year was really about the U.S. and that U.S. recovery continues, but really the last 3-4 months it's really been about Nigeria and Libya. So we keep putting more OPEC crude into the equation, and the bottom line is that the stock draws in the second half of this year that we're still forecasting stock draws in the second half of the year, but they're much less than they used to be. And as equally as important, if not more important than that, is for next year we pretty much have a balanced market outlook. So even though for example, we all know that we've been seeing big stock draws in the U.S. and in other parts of the world just in the last 4 to 8 weeks. And that's all fine and good, but it's not likely that this is the beginning of the rebalancing. It's just going to keep going and going. It's just seasonal.
Yeah, Mike, thank you so much. Mike Whitner there of SocGen. Now, the U.S., I think, buys about a third of Venezuela's crude production, and, of course, is the main buyer that pays in cash. This is Bloomberg.
Let's go check a national and world headlines now from Michael Barr. Morning, Michael.
Good morning, David. Good morning, Francine. The Kremlin says Washington needs to show political will for Russia-U.S. relations to recover. President Vladimir Putin's spokesman, Dmitry Peskov, said today that it will take time for the U.S. to rid itself of what he called political schizophrenia. Russia has ordered 755 U.S. staff members from its diplomatic missions in retaliation for new sanctions approved by Congress. President Trump has sent another tweet this morning on health care. Trump tweeted, this is a quote, "If Obamacare is hurting people, and it is, why shouldn't it hurt the insurance companies? And why should Congress not be paying for what public pays?" In less than an hour, John Kelly will be sworn in as the new White House Chief of Staff. The retired general takes over for the ousted Reince Priebus. Global news 24 hours a day, powered by more than 2,700 journalists and analysts in more than 120 countries. I'm Michael Barr. This is Bloomberg. David, Francine?
Michael, thanks so much. One other tweet to flag here. He tweets, highest stock market ever, best economic numbers in years, unemployment lowest in 17 years, wages rising, border secure, Supreme Court, no White House, chaos. That from the president. This is Bloomberg Surveillance on Bloomberg Radio. David Gura and Francine Lacqua.
Like a lot of people, you have great ideas on your way to work. Like a lot of people, you can't always make them happen once you get there. Because like a lot of people, you run into roadblocks. Money, time, that guy who hates everything and never holds the elevator door.
Can you hold that? Oh.
American Express Open would like to help because we believe a lot of people should have the opportunity to turn their ideas into reality. Visit open.com and see how American Express Open can help with money and know-how so you can get business done. Not even elevator guy can stop you now.
At the United States Postal Service, we don't just carry your product to its destination. We deliver your business, representing you and all of your hard work with pride. It's almost as if you're the one showing up to the customer's door, greeting them with a smile. Because when you ship with the United States Postal Service, your business becomes our business. That's why we deliver more e-commerce packages to homes than anyone else in the country. The United States Postal Service. Priority, you.
The key to success? Keep it simple, especially when it comes to hiring the right people for your growing business. That means finding the right candidates with a powerful suite of tools. Tools that are easy to use and get the job done quickly. And nobody makes it easier than Indeed.com. Post a job in minutes. Simple. Set up screener questions to help you find more qualified candidates. Simple. Review applicants, take notes, and schedule interviews from a user-friendly dashboard on your phone, tablet, or desktop. Simple. Indeed is hiring made simple. And simple works. An independent study proves 5 times more hires are made through Indeed than any other job site. More hires than the rest combined. And right now we're giving new users a $50 credit to post a sponsored job, boosting your listing in relevant search results and helping you find qualified candidates faster. Claim your $50 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Indeed, the world's #1 job site. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
For the Bloomberg Business of Sports Report, I'm Michael Barr. Remember the happy memories for Brazilians when Rio de Janeiro held the Olympic Games? That was almost a year ago. Those memories have faded, and many expectations fell short promised by the International Olympic Committee and organizers. Brazil says it spent about $13 billion to organize the Games. There were some good things that came from the Olympics. The city has a new subway line extension and high-speed bus service. However, a $20 million golf course is struggling to find players, and a half-dozen sports arenas in the Olympic Park in Rio are vacant. About 3,600 apartments in the now boarded-up Olympic Village are empty. And then there's the Stinky Bay. Rio had promised to clean it up when it won the Games in 2009, but during the Games, officials had to use stopgap measures to keep floating furniture and dead animals from crashing into sailing boats. One Brazilian sailor says, I think it's gotten worse today. And that's a Bloomberg Business of Sports report. I'm Michael Barr.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Burden LLP Accountants and Advisors celebrates 100 years by looking back at